you get to be in it if you want to. But you get to want to be in it.
Okay, I'm not going to be in it. I got my rings on.
Oh, that's how you are. You're so fabulous.
I decided to mix it up. You noticed?
Yes.
It's so sweet. I'll do it.
Okay, let's start.
You ready?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakaatuh. Welcome back to our channel. Thanks for tuning in. This episode, I don't know. But today what we're going to do is I have a few questions for Aisha.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of mixing it up a little bit, doing things the other way around. I was thinking about how she's interviewed me a couple times. Anyway, I saw someone do a mention about going to a new place, so I thought I could have that for Aisha because, as you guys know, she came to a new place. She came here to Montana. So I have 9 questions, and she's cheating. I can tell she's already been cheating and looking at the list.
Blind.
She didn't see it before, but we'll see what she has. Okay, so are you ready? Are you excited?
Not really.
Thank you for coming on my show today.
You're welcome.
And I'll be interviewing you.
I don't know why you putting me on the spot. You know I don't like.
Because you're the guest, I'm the interviewer. You're on the spot. This is all about you and your experiences. Are you ready to share your experiences?
Yes. I'm ready.
Are you excited?
Not really.
Okay, here we go.
Coming.
Here we go. Number 1. What shocked you most about Montana? You can use your whole 3 years-ish of experience here.
I think
2.5.
The thing that shocked me the most was the lot of, black people, like ethnic-looking people.
It's all white here.
I remember too, like when we went to your sister's graduation.
And it's less so than it was. When I was growing up, it was completely white.
And I remember, I went to your sister's graduation and you and your mom was helping me find black people. Because it was like so little bit. And I'm like, where's all the other people?
Yeah, okay. That's what shocked you the most?
Yes. A lot of Caucasians in one place.
Okay. Number 2. What did you expect when coming here?
Honestly, I think I was expecting to see like a whole bunch of highways like how you would see in New York and California, whatever you see on
the old Hollywood thing. Yeah,
that's what I expected.
Well, when I tell people that I'm American, that I live in the U.S., people say one of 2 things. They either say, "Oh, you're from New York," or they say, "Oh, you're from California." And I always say the same thing. I say no, and then they always say the same thing. That if they asked if I'm from New York, they'd be like, "Oh, you're from California." Then it's like there's only one of those 2 places. You're from California. No, it's like New York, of course. If I tell them I'm from neither, I've tried that. They're like, Chicago. Okay. So people don't think of Montana in America, but we're here and we're rocking it.
I didn't know that. I never know about Montana until I married you.
I didn't know about Anguilla until I married you.
But you always see the Wild Wild West on TV, but it never really clicked to your mind that Montana is like the Wild Wild West. These people over here love guns and stuff like that. One time I saw a gun draw battle in the parking lot at the grocery.
We sure do like guns.
I'm playing.
We didn't see anything like that. We saw it on TV, maybe on YouTube.
We did see it on the TV, like Office, when they was doing the thing.
Yeah. No, we have a lot of guns here. We do a lot of that.
I went shooting a couple of times with him and his uncle. It was pretty fun.
I haven't taught you how to use a knife yet, though, huh?
I know how to use a knife. I chop all the time.
No, I'm for kitchen stuff, but you haven't done any actual field work with a knife, like any butchering or skinning or
I chop
field dressing. Did you do a little bit of butchering, during some of the?
Not like kill animals, but I cut meat when I'm cooking.
Yeah, but I mean, even when we do like sacrifices and stuff, you don't come and you only do the cuts after I get it back in the kitchen, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't kill animals.
Oh, man.
But I have taught her how to use guns and a bow and arrow and a couple different things while you've been out here, because we're very sporty. We're I think one of the most in the world when it comes to outdoor sports and all of these different, all of them actually, the whole spectrum, from fishing, which I'm not a big fisher, to skiing, which I haven't got to take you skiing yet.
Hopefully I go.
Unfortunately, and that couldn't even be on the list because we haven't had the chance yet. He's using his new toothbrush on the thing we used to clean the toilet.
What? It's right here! This is the top though.
You can see how distracted my face was getting when you replay it and watch. That I'm not watching and I like look and I double look and I keep and I'm like zoom. I'm like what?
Continue.
Okay. So haven't got to take the skiing yet.
Son, be quiet, please.
Hunting, hiking, camping, running, rafting, water sports, hunting, trap. It's so many things. Mountain biking. There's a lot to do, as well as so many different, national parks you have right around here.
Maybe we go one day to the national park to see like the volcanoes.
We've gone to the hot springs. We have a lot of hot springs. We also have a lot of caves. Montana is extremely outdoorsy and nature oriented. So, okay, and that was number 2. Number 3. So, did it meet your expectations? Your expectations for Montana was...
I didn't really have any expectations for Montana.
No, because that was the last question. It was, what did you expect?
Okay.
And you said you expected cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
I only saw one real cowboy, though.
Mm-hmm.
And JCPenney, I don't even know where it was. But then he said giddy up.
Giddy up? Is that why you thought he was a cowboy?
Yeah, and he had like the whole dress and stuff. He said
I'm sure you've
giddy up.
seen more people in boots and a hat.
Yeah, well, they always wear the
Then who said giddy up?
But I mean, like, they use the actual
Only the
word.
one who said giddy, that's the word. He used the actual word. That's a quote, ladies and gentlemen. You're not a cowboy unless you use the actual word. He said giddy up. Alright, so... what do you love most about Montana? I'm sorry, but you cannot say me or your mother-in-law or your children or anything like that. So nice try.
I like, what do I like the most? I like that it's spacious and there's not like so much traffic going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty neat.
That's a very, very smart answer.
You get from one place to the other in a few minutes. Even though it's like far away, it feels very short because there's not any traffic going on. And I think, what else? I like how cute the houses are.
Mm-hmm.
All the houses are cute.
When you travel somewhere new and it's different, all the houses look so...
And it's not
amazing.
really like slummy. Like you don't really see so much. Is slummy a bad word? I don't know.
Slummy?
Well, you don't see a lot of broken
It's a
down.
bad word, it's not a curse word.
Yeah, it's like you don't really see a lot of raggedy things. Like, yeah.
Montana's clean.
Yeah. So,
We
yeah, I
take
like
care
that.
of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Makes sense.
So that's good. Let me ask you the flip side, question number 5. What do you hate the most?
Nothing really to hate, but I dislike that we don't really have access to like halal restaurants, halal meat. Because now
so it's more like, what could you
money.
change?
Yeah.
Wish there was more of a Muslim community here.
That's what I wish for. Nothing to hate, really. Yeah, that's it. Like the meat. I guess I'm too hungry. And I like being able
We should do it after
chicken.
lunch. We should record after lunch.
Well, lunch. We're fasting for the rest of our lives.
Sumaya, are you fasting?
Just going.
Alright, so
Mm-hmm.
you and your halal restaurants.
That's what I'm pretty excited about when we leave, inshallah.
Inshallah. So, okay, here's a good question. Alright, so, what would you tell your past self if you go back right before you came to Montana?
Like to not before I come back to Montana?
No, before you ever came here, what would you go back in time and tell yourself? You can tell yourself one thing.
That's gonna be really cold. I think so.
That's what you'd tell yourself?
Yeah, when I first came here, it was during the springtime, and it was just so cold. I was cold all the time. I was colder than.
It was a nice day. It was like, mid to upper 50s, sunny, no wind. She came out shivering. I came out
cold.
in shorts, short sleeve,
I was
t-shirt.
wearing jackets in spring.
Yeah.
And I was like afraid to sit on toilets.
People were
It was
confused.
so cold all the time. I just hated it so much. But I was
couldn't sit on anything leather, like a lot of stuff. You just get upset from.
I would tell myself to train for the cold. Like I'll follow my dad in the seawater in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Bathe in cold showers, like do stuff to make myself cold.
Anytime your mom was in the kitchen, you'd run in there, and every time she opened the fridge, you would just huddle up, take the cold.
Sit in her fridge. But it's still, it's kind of like, the cold is different. Like,
You mean because it's dry?
it doesn't feel, it's colder than the AC, so like nothing you do will prepare you for the cold.
Oh.
It's not like,
It's a different kind of cold from
Yeah,
the
it's
AC.
just so cold. Hi. What you doing?
Alright, so you could go back. Would you do it again?
Come over here.
Yeah, this is regardless of me and the kids and everything. We're still always in the picture. But if we went somewhere else. But if you could do it again, would you do it? Would you come here again?
Well, if it's nothing to do with my family, I don't think so. Nothing really to motivate me to want to come over here.
Like, yeah, I'm not saying that, if you didn't come here, then we're not a couple. Because
I mean, like, if I want
Then
to
you'd
come
say
over here
yes,
to spend
but
time
I
with
mean-
the family, to spend time with
No. Would you do it again? My question is, would you do it again? As in, like, if you went back in time, would you do it over differently? Does that make sense? I'm not asking, do you want to vacation here and visit family? I'm asking, if you could do it over again, would you do it differently or would you do it the same?
Do it the same?
Okay. Is that final answer?
Yeah, I think so.
Whew.
It was I wasn't prepared. This was the hardest question I had.
Excuse me.
That was the hardest question.
That was hard. That one's got me sweating.
That was so hard.
Would you recommend Montana? Like if someone wanted to move here or someone wanted to move somewhere?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What would you tell them?
I feel like if I say anything, all the people on Facebook that wants to come over here is gonna come to me and like, fight me and stuff. Like, how dare you advertise Montana? But I like that
You've been here, you can rep it.
I like that there's no taxes.
Mm-hmm. 406, preach it.
I like that. Well, there's taxes, but not like.
No sales taxes.
Yeah, if you go in the store and see
That's
something
right.
for $5, you're
That's
gonna
what
pay
you pay.
$5.
That's right. 406.
I
Represent.
like a lot of the free shipping. But I guess that's in America generally, like free shipping, that kind of convenience to send things and then go. Like,
You mean you like that I pay for Amazon Prime? Is what you're?
Besides that, I mean, like when you're taking things to the Caribbean, it has to go to another place in America and then to the.
Well, you gotta go through
It's like a whole
customs.
2 weeks kind of process, but you can buy something and get in the next few days, and I like that.
Yeah, we have a bigger marketplace. That's true.
The only thing that I don't really like is that people are kind of to themselves.
Yeah. There's no culture in America.
But like you can go by neighbors and eat food anytime in the Caribbean. Like it's pretty neat that way. But like if you try to give a neighbor food and knock on the door, no one will answer. So it's like really.
That's it, based on a true story. We tried to meet one of our neighbors in one of our apartments once.
So
And
yeah.
we visited there several times with food, and even when we knew they were there, and they were so like paranoid or anti-social,
Like
they
you're
wouldn't
trying
even
to
open the door.
poison them. Like, what are you doing here? How did you get my address here and live above you? Like that.
Mhm. Yeah,
They're always
dangerous.
to themselves, so it's kind of like secluded. Like,
Yeah, you can feel lonely.
I remember I used to feel lonely a lot when I used to work. I used to cry a lot by myself when I was pregnant and just like having no company. I used to call my family a lot. I guess that's why he talks about a lot, just more like being lonely.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're still you're 100% Western, you know, like the Caribbean, and
What do you
you
want
compare
to say?
that with how traditional some other places are. I know my friend in Sambatia from Uganda, he was talking about how here, when you have 5 or 6 people sitting together for a meal, how lonely that was. And I was like, what are you talking about? That's like the apex of
That's
a big
dinner.
That's the apex of a big dinner and a big you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no, you'd never see that few people ever in Africa. Like if you're hanging out with such large groups of people, and it's such a community kind of thing where it's just you go outside and you're just sitting there, and there won't be a person who walks by and comes on one side of you and leaves on the other side of you. Any person who comes by and sees someone, if you're sitting and hanging out, they'll just come and sit with you. Old, young, this, that, whatever, because it's just such a village kind of community sense. So there's such a huge spectrum is what I'm saying, of like when people move on the spectrum, they can feel weird. Because when I first came into Islam, and I'm around Muslims who typically have much more sense of community, and I'm coming from America, from a place with very, very little sense of it. It was a very strange kind of feeling. You know,
guys hug you and stuff like that. It was
yeah, you have guys hugging you. You have a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of really kind of different behavior, and how friendly people are and how people would be, and you know, like a stranger would take food off of his plate and put it on your plate and stuff like that, like during Ramadan.
Yeah.
And not in a way that's like unsanitary or gross, but just in a way that just everyone is just sharing and doing stuff.
In your face kind of thing.
Yeah, and he'd give you the best, he'd give you the sweet, or he'd give you the piece of meat, or like the best piece off the plate. So, you know, when you move on that side of the spectrum, it can feel weird and gushy, and you move on the other side of the spectrum, it can feel cold and lonely.
Mm-hmm.
So, final question, and we've been so focused, no distractions. We've been focusing right on the whole time. So, the final question: could you see yourself settling here?
Sometimes I can see it, sometimes I can't.
Can you see it? Right? How about right now? Can you
No.
see it? Can you see yourself, old age, great grandkids, passing away, having
I
your
think
grave
I can
here?
see it because you're here. Like my family is here, my little family. It's like you can settle anywhere. Once you have a family, you can settle anywhere. Because you did. The people that matter is near you. You have contact with them, so that's the best part about it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can move anywhere with you, but at the same time, like,
That is sweet.
I'm going so far away from other people that I love, but at the end of the day, it's gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, son.
MashaAllah.
Do you see yourself settling here?
You passed the interview.
Yeah.
Success.
Do you see yourself settling here?
Excuse me. I conducted the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
How many interviews have you done?
I don't know.
And now, I conducted the interview today.
Feel good
Thank you
now?
very much.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep. Now, everyone learned a little bit more about...
Mom, saying you.
No, I was going to say Aisha. You're always so shy.
Yeah, I'm still a little camera shy. But I'm getting over it a little bit. What she wants. Like, can you hurry?
So when you keep looking at me and smiling, are you gonna like put like different animations inside of the little gap in your teeth? When you're editing the video? High five? Was that such a good idea? I get a high five?
No.
You could put a character, like a different character, like a little gunman or something. or like your bottom tooth could be a Jack in the Box and it go do 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 do, and then when it pops it goes ding, like that.
Do you want me to divorce you right now? Or well? I need to wrap it up.
Okay. Anyways, let's wrap it up. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, is that what you said?
Yeah.